Hello, we are going to do some painting today, and if you're joining me, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. This is Mustard Seed Faith Women's Ministries, and we are a ministry that minister to women, and we just want you to know the value that you have as a woman and how God sees you, not as the world sees you, but how God sees you, and the importance of that so that you can be the you need to be. So if you're interested, you can join our Facebook group, and I'll leave the link below. And today we're going to be doing a little painting with ink, and this will be my first time to do ink painting. So we are going to go ahead and get started and see if we can have a little bit of fun. So today we're going to do flowers. And like I said, I'm new to this, so just bear with me. We're going to just start out with some yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. I think it is just beautiful. We're going to keep our background, we're just going to do white today. We're not going to worry about like a background color. Now that is totally your choice. If you would like to do a background color, certainly do. That is totally up to you, because you can make some pretty backgrounds to go with these paintings. We also have a retreat coming up, women's retreat, that will be in September. And if you want more information about that, you can also join our group on Facebook, and then it will lead you to the group that you need to be in to get more information on that. This will be our 2024 second retreat. Last year was absolutely spirit-filled, spirit-moving. It was a wonderful event. God just really showed out. He really blessed us. So it's an honor to be able to be in His presence and to build friendships and become closer as women, and have people to pray for you and walk this life out with you. And because life is hard, and we as women get the blunt of things with worry and sometimes guilt, and we have to work outside of the home just to make ends meet. And if you're privileged, you get to stay in the home, but even with that, it's big responsibilities, and it gets overwhelming and tiring, and it's the cycle just goes on and on. Sometimes you feel like you don't have time for yourself or even with God, and making time with Jesus is so important, and it's actually not something that should be taken lightly, because actually that time is for you. It's honoring God, and it's equipped for you to do, for you to get refueled, and you can find rest in His presence. So if you're not currently doing that, just take 5 minutes. That's all it takes, just 5 minutes to sit down and just really soak into His Word or into His presence. You can do it through praise and worship. You can do it through, praying, through studying His Word. Just 5 minutes. That's all you can have to do or do. I pray throughout the day, but that quiet time I find just something that I really need. Now, all days don't work like I want it to, but for the most part, I do my very best to get that time in, because like I said, it is so very important, and it's for me, and it is life-changing. So if you've not done that, and that's not a routine for you to do. I just suggest that you grab a hold of that opportunity, because I know that we've got at least 5 minutes a day that we can squeeze in time to honor and praise our Heavenly Father. So I know we get caught up in the world and in, the temptations and all that goes with it, and it's easy. I mean, even as a Christian, we get caught up in the world and get caught up in the traps and stuff that take up our time, and then before we know it, our time is gone. And our time is short here. And I truly believe that our purpose here is to serve God and to tell others about Him and to be a witness for Him. But we have to equip ourselves to do that. And by doing that, we need other women who pray for us and uplift us and encourage us, and who are true. And it's an honor for that to happen. Okay, now we're going to try to do our leaves. I know this just looks like a hot mess right now, but stay with me. There's no joy in comparison, so don't try to compare your work to somebody else, because that just leaves you down and out, and it's just you are your own person, and everything you do is uniquely yours. And that's what my painting classes are all about. I don't want you to feel like it has to be perfect, because mine are not perfect. I enjoy art, and I enjoy, sometimes my paintings don't turn out like I want them to. Sometimes they're just gorgeous. But I encourage you to be you, to enjoy the process, to relax while you're doing it. And you'll find that it's really relaxing. Now, I'm using this little bottle, and it may not work for me. I bought these inks so long ago, and I just have not had the opportunity to sit down and learn how to use them. And I'm looking forward to being able to use them and really learning how to do the ink technique. So some of you may be more familiar with the ink technique than I am. Well, that's just going to be a happy moment right there. Now, I'm not going to worry about if it's splotchy or if it's not splotchy or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of roll with this, because I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be just unique. So this may be different than anybody else's that you've ever seen, and that is what I want. So I don't want this rhythm of perfection, because that's not how it's supposed to be. So be you. If you don't have ink, do your painting in whatever medium you have. You can do watercolors, you can do acrylic painting, you can do oil paintings. Everybody has their own choice of what they use to draw with. My favorite to draw with are watercolors. I find watercolors very simple, very delicate, very easy to use. And for me, that's just something I really, really like. However, I'm finding these inks to be something I like very much so. And can't wait to familiarize myself with this. I don't know how I'm going to do my leaves. I do kind of want them kind of colored in. I may do like some mixed media with this today. You know, maybe using possibly some watercolor or possibly some acrylic. Just something a little different. And I have lost my lid to my yellow. And you know, there is no telling what I've done with it. So maybe it will pop up here later. I usually do like a lot of whimsical art just because I love whimsical. Whimsical is just my thing. I like the brightness. I like I just like it. It's fun. It's interesting. You can do anything you want to with it. You can make mistakes. It's just fun. So if you've not tried the whimsical art, I encourage you to do that too. Let me see if I have another shade of possibly green. I may not, because I have not bought a lot of colors of the ink. I do have several small bottles, but they're not a bunch of different colors. So they're more of just a mixture of colors. I do have a different green, and I have turned my acrylic paint in here to drain it down to the bottom where I could get more of it out. And guess what? It has spilled all in my container. Everywhere. So I'm gonna have to clean that up when I get through here. Okay, let's try this green. Ooh, nice. So I'm just going to fill in my leaves here. I may not even do them solid. I may just do them, you know, like just hit and miss colors. Because I kind of like this flow I got going on here. Kind of this happy accident type thing I got going. May even do some that's kind of don't have an outline maybe. I really like this. We're gonna see how my flowers turn out. We're gonna do a little outlining with those. Have fun with your paintings. Like I said, no mistakes. There's no mistakes you can make. Especially if you're using canvas, because canvas, you can just paint right over it if you don't like it. It's one of the easiest things that you can use to paint with. I kind of like that. So let's see, I might do a little bit of grass maybe at the bottom to kind of make the eye kind of flow down some. Let's see if I like that. You know, maybe not a whole lot, just some little wisps here and there. Just a lot eye-catching thing here going on. Okay, kind of neat. Don't think I have a different color yellow, so we're just going to do some outlining here and see what we can come up with. Like I said, today is just like a simple drawing. It's not that big of a deal. It's just hit and miss, something simple for you to enjoy doing, and hopefully will do along with me. If you are in the Facebook group or decide to join the Facebook group, I encourage you to post your painting in there. We love to see it. We also have a Pinterest page that we share your work on. All you have to do is initial at the top of the page where it says Pinterest, And once you initial that, giving us permission to share your work, we will start sharing your work on Pinterest. And we do give you credit for sharing your work, so don't think we don't give you credit, because we most certainly do. We do not want to take your art and advertise it as our own. So we give full credit to the person in which it belongs. Like I said, I'm just outlining this a little bit. We're going to see how it turns out. I maybe not like it, but I may think it's beautiful. Well, it is beautiful. Let me not say that, because I'm trying to encourage you all to enjoy the process and to feel your way through it, and to not get caught up on the perfectionist side of it, because having things feel like it needs to be perfect is not fun. I spent most of my life wasting time feeling like, in all areas, not just art, feeling like it had to be just perfect. Up to the point of organizing spices, to, clothes being washed, to just killing myself at, when I'm cooking for my family, overdoing everything. To the point it just was so tiring. Now I went the opposite way, a little bit too far, just because I have so much that I have to do that it gets a little frustrating that way too. But I'm not saying not to do a good job and not to, think highly of things that you feel are important. I'm not saying that at all, because it does feel good and it's pleasing to God to take care of our things, and to, have nice things and that sort of thing, and be clean, and that kind of thing. It's important to him, so we shouldn't not be that way. We just shouldn't take it to the extent of it being unhealthy. That's just my preaching moment for today. You don't have to take my advice. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. You don't have to take my advice, but I'm giving it to you. Okay, that's kind of what this looks like. We're going to see if I want to outline all my leaves. And I do. I think that will look really good here. I'm not too keen on how the flowers turned out outlined. However, I do like it, but if you don't feel like you need to highlight it with a marker, don't, because it's perfectly beautiful just by painting it, so it doesn't have to be outlined. Since I didn't have another yellow, I was trying to enhance it a little bit where it would stand out some. And two, when you angle your paper further away, I suggest just like taking a snapshot of your picture and looking at it, and you can see how good it looks, because it looks different when you're first painting it than it does when you take a picture of it and then go back and look at it. Hope the weather in your area is very nice today. We are having a beautiful day. I woke up this morning and God reminded me of the verse, this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So I hope that you're being glad in the day that He has given you, and that you will prosper today, and that you will be reminded that He loves you, and that you are His, and that things are going to be looking up, and whatever you may be struggling with, you know, God's got it. He really has it. And He's going to take care of it. So that's just a little word of encouragement for whoever may be struggling. I think we're all struggling in different areas. There's some uncomfortable areas we may be going through that we don't necessarily want to go through. I know that I have a few areas that's going on in my life that's like that. And you know, we have prayer every day of the week in our group. We have women praying all the time. So if you need prayer, I really encourage you to come join in our prayer. You can do it unspoken, or you can do it, you know, I'm going to take a little spray, or you can share as much as you want to, just put it that way. This is just my way of kind of spicing my paper up. You don't have to do this, and hiding some of that where I outlined. But soon, I can't give you an exact date, but we will be having a prayer line coming, where you can just pray in and give your prayer request. And so I'm looking forward to that, because we all need prayer. And we need uplifting. It's not a gossip session. It's not to find out about things that's hurting people. It's really to pray for one another. That is so very important, and it should not be treated lightly, because healing comes from prayer. Encouragement comes from prayer. So, you know, let's take that into consideration. And again, join us at Mustard Seed Faith Women's Ministries. We would love to have you. We would love for you to build friendships. We as a group leaders would love to be friends with you and to connect with you in some kind of way. And until next time, and you can join me again for Whimsical Art. I hope that each of you have a beautiful day in the Lord, and that you will join me again soon. Bye-bye.